Lauren.
Hi.
How can I help you today?
I don't know. I mean, like, my parents are pretty much forcing me to be here. They keep saying that I'm, like, exaggerating on, and, like, being annoying and, like, annoying about my grades, and I'm, like, being mad at them and yelling at everyone, so they told me I should come and talk to you.
Okay. So, what about your grades has been bothering you lately? Or,
Usually I do really well. I have, like, a 4.0 GPA. I usually get A's on everything, and I got a B on my most recent test, and now I'm just freaking out because everything's like ruined.
well, when you say ruined, what do you mean by that?
Like my GPA, like my future, like going to college, like everything's like messed up now because I got a B on my test.
Okay. So, essentially, you're thinking that the B could lead to trouble down the road for you.
Yeah.
What if, by meaning that, like, you said your GPA would go down, but
Yeah, it's not gonna be 4.0 anymore. So, like, that's just like not okay.
if you think that that's not okay, like, what do you think exactly? If your GPA um, was not a 4.0, what would that lead to?
Not getting into my top school, or not even getting into like a good school that I want to go to. I just feel like I have to settle for like just a place that I don't want to be at, and because I'm not good enough to get into the actual school I want to go to.
Okay. So what makes you think that you wouldn't be able to get into a school with like a slightly lesser GPA?
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to like have a 4.0, and you're supposed to get A's, and you're supposed to do well in school, and that's how you get into college. Like that's what I just feel like is right. Like that's what you're supposed to do.
Okay. So you said before that you think you would have to potentially settle.
Mhm.
What would happen? What would it look like if that were the case? Would you be unhappy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. What about that would bother you? Just,
That's just not what I planned. It's just not what I should like. I shouldn't have to go to a school like that. Like I should be able to get into a good school, but I'm not because I like basically failed and like messed up. So I'd be unhappy. I'd be sad. I'm probably really upset.
okay. So from what I'm hearing from you right now, it sounds like you think that your one bad grade at this point in the school year could set you back a lot, and you think that it could only lead to worse things down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's anything good that could potentially come out of it, like potentially using it as a learning experience?
I mean, like I hope so. I don't ever want to get a B again. I don't like this feeling. Maybe I could use it to like study more for other tests, but I don't know.
Okay. Now, outside of school, is the is this typically how you think about things when you have a bad experience with something that you that think of everything else that could go wrong because of it?
Yeah. Usually, if I don't do something like the best, then I just feel like it's not worth doing. So I feel like if I'm not gonna get an A or if I'm not gonna be perfect at something, then like what's the point, you know?
Okay. So it sounds like what you're doing is you're kind of catastrophizing the situation, and you're thinking of all the bad things that could occur as opposed to taking any sort of positive spin on the situation. Does that sound accurate?
I guess like you think I'm like making a bigger deal out of it than it should be.
Not necessarily, but it's you're essentially filtering out all of the potential positives about it. Like if you do learn it using as a learning experience, or maybe that you realize that there's a different way that you can approach that particular class in the future, or something along those lines. Um, but what I'm trying to discern is whether or not this is a common trend for you, or it's only because of your schoolwork that where you tend to do this.
Um, I mean, I guess because I'm still in school, it's mostly about my schoolwork. But I mean, my parents have told me that I get like this with other things, but I guess I just never noticed it. So
Okay. Because it's not necessarily, I'm not here to kind of change how you think about things necessarily, but I do want a different way that you could kind of approach this mindset that you go into a situation with, or into situations with. You could, it's about becoming comfortable with the possible negative outcomes as well. Because while your GPA could go down if you're unable to perform better in your next exam, there's a chance that it's not the worst thing in the world that could happen.
I guess. I don't know. I just feel like I should be like I shouldn't have gotten that B, and I just feel like I'm just failing at everything. Like that B just it's like it's on an A, so I just feel like it's not good.
Do you want to potentially? Is there a way that you want to change how that is? Like, obviously, you can't go back and change your grade, but is there a different way that you think you could come out of this, and besides thinking that it's only going to get worse?
Right when I got the grade back, my first thought was like I have no chance in anything now, and like what's the point of even like going on, like because I'm gonna have to like work so much harder to like make up for like what happened, like getting beat. But like I mean I don't know, I guess I could just study more. And, like,
What would it look like if you had gotten an A? Would you and you had gone on to?
be happier.
Okay, but if you had gotten that A and you had gone to get a 4.0 and gone to your dream school, what about that scenario would be so different from the current situation where you potentially have a B and then you have to go to not your ideal school, but you're still going to a good one?
I mean, it just like wasn't the plan. Like that's just not what I like thought was gonna happen. I just like that's what I wanted. Like that was the goal, and now I just feel like it's changed, and I just don't know what to do. Like I just don't like I don't like how it changed. Like I just like it. I wanted to just stay and like go on that path.
So you wanted it's not sticking to the plan essentially, and because of that, it's causing you a sense of anxiety.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I feel like I have like no more control over anything.
Okay. So then, could you tell me at least one positive thing that you think came out of this? Just to kind of look at it from a different viewpoint.
Like I mean like I know people keep telling me it's not like the end of the world, like it's just a B, and I'm still okay. So I guess like I'm trying to get to that point. I think it's just hard because I've always been this way. So.
Okay. It could be hard to change how you look at things if that's how it's always been.
Yeah.
But I think that if you become more comfortable with how, like the potential outcomes that you didn't necessarily plan for, then that'll help you lower your anxiety that you experience once you get into these types of situations. Because very rarely does everything go according to plan, but it's just about kind of learning how to cope when that doesn't